So today we shall learn how to perform qualitative analysis of an unknown sample. Okay. Now you are already familiar with how to do it because you have already done it in class 11. So I'll just recapitulate today. So in case of unknown salt analysis, the inorganic salt contains a basic radical and an acidic radical. Basic radical is the one which is the cation and the acidic radical is the anion. Okay, so the whatever sample will be given to you will contain only one cation and only one anion. Okay, so how will you proceed with the sample? So initially when you are given the sample, first and foremost you will perform the dry test tube heating. So what you need to do for dry test tube heating? For dry test tube heating, you will take a clean test tube, a clean and dry test tube. Suppose if the test tube is not dry, then you need to dry it over the burner. Okay, so heat it evenly. So whatever water is left inside the test tube, it will evaporate. So you'll get a clean dry test tube. So after that, you will add a small portion of the solid sample which has been provided to you, which will be in general white in color. So just remember that in examination, whatever sample will be provided to you will be white in color and not colored. Okay. So you will take that small amount of solid sample in this in the dry test tube, fix it with a test tube holder and hold it in the flame. Okay, and then observe the changes. So if you can see any change in color, okay, or you can observe a gas coming out, or you can just see the color of the gas. If it is nitrogen dioxide gas, it will be brown in color, or you can get some kind of smell. Okay, so the observations of the dry test tube heatings are all given in the chart. Okay, which will be provided to you in the PDFs that I will send, or it is there in your lab manual also. So you will learn about what observations can be seen, what are the probable observations for particular radicals. So you can get an idea about what radical is present. Now today I am performing the unknown salt analysis for ammonium sulfate. So it is no more unknown because I have already revealed that it is ammonium sulfate. Now if this ammonium sulfate is provided to you in the examination, it will be unknown obviously. So you have to find out which cation and which anion are present in it. So obviously the cation is ammonium and the anion is sulfate. Now if I perform the dry test tube heating for this salt, so you will see from the chart that sulfate does not give anything characteristic, whether it is any color change or any gas coming out in the dry test tube heating. So sulfate will not give any kind of characteristic smell, color, whatever in the dry test tube heating. But for ammonia, you may get an ammonia like smell coming out of the dry test tube when you're heating it. So you may see that a gas is coming out and it smells ammonia like. Okay, so you may get an ammonia like smelling gas when you heat it. Now suppose you are done with the dry test tube heating, you could not get anything characteristic out of it, or so you just got a smell coming out, like you think that it is ammonia. Maybe you are taking a guess that maybe this is an ammonia gas coming out. So maybe it can be NH4 plus. So what you will do, you will add sodium hydroxide, aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide into that solid sample, into that particular test tube only. You will add sodium hydroxide solution and continue heating it. When you do this, if your sample contains ammonium ion like this salt, so if it contains ammonium ion, you will see that dense white fumes are coming out of it. Okay, so like a gas is coming out of it, and which will give out dense white fumes when you hold a glass rod dipped in HCl at the mouth of the test tube. So gas is coming out from the test tube, you took a glass rod, dipped it in HCl and brought it in front at the mouth of the test tube. So the gas which is coming out of the test tube will come in contact with the HCl present on the glass rod, and you can see that white fumes coming out of that glass rod. Okay, so if you observe this, then you can have an idea that yes, my sample contains NH4 plus ion. So it is a probability that NH4 plus ion is present. So then you will think about, so you have taken a guess. Okay, so this is the preliminary test for ammonium ion. Now after you have done this, you are done with this test tube heating, dry test tube heating, what you will do is you will perform the group analysis. Okay, now what is the group analysis? Group analysis is basically, we know that the cations have been divided into certain groups on the basis of common group reagent. So a chart will be provided, I'll be providing it maybe today itself. So from that chart you will get to know which group has which group reagent. Now this ammonium plus ion belongs to group 0. Okay, it belongs to group 0. So obviously for group 0 the group reagent is Nessler's reagent. So what you will do is you will take the solid sample which has been provided to you. So take it in the test tube, add some water to it and make an aqueous solution. Dissolve it. So once it gets dissolved, add some Nessler's reagent. Okay, Nessler's reagent will be there in the lab. So you'll add some Nessler's reagent to the solution. And you will see that this kind of brown PPT is observed. Okay, so you'll get this kind of brown PPT. See, this brown PPT. Okay, so if you get this brown PPT, that means group 0 is present. So obviously there is only one radical, ammonium plus ammonium 4 plus in the group 0. So then you have to perform the confirmatory test for ammonium plus ion, ammonium 4 plus ion. Now the confirmatory test for ammonium ion is also with Nessler's reagent. So you need not perform it, but while you are writing, you have to mention the confirmatory test. You will just write how I will be sending you 4 samples. Among them this ammonium sulfate will be there. So the manner it is written in that file, you will write in that particular way only. Okay, however we have written the unknown salt sample analysis, you will write in the same manner. So first you will perform this group analysis and then you will also write the confirmatory test. Now since for ammonium 4 plus ion, the confirmatory test and the group analysis, both tests are same, so you have to write it twice. But for others it is not same. Like for group 1 the group reagent is HCl, but if you get PB like group 1 is present, then lead, you have to perform the 2 confirmatory tests, test with Ki and test with potassium dichromate. So both the tests, confirmatory tests you have to write, but here since both are same, you have to write the same thing twice. One under group analysis, so you will confirm that group 0 is present. After that you will write the confirmatory test for NH4 plus ion. So again the same test. Take an aqueous solution of the salt sample, add some Nessler's reagent, so you get the brown PPT. Okay. Now we are done with the cation part. So we will give a conclusion that the basic radical present in the sample is NH4 plus ion. Okay, now let us find the anion. Now while we are finding the anion, like it is easier for the finding cation because we can perform the group analysis. So we can easily find which group cation is there, and then gets shortlisted. But in case of anion, you have to perform tests for all the anions. Okay, so you will take an aqueous solution of the sample which is given to you, and then you will perform the test for Cl minus, that means chloride ion, bromide ion, iodide ion, that all these obviously if you add AgCl and if you get a white colored PPT, then Cl minus is present. If you get a yellow colored PPT, that means a dirty yellow colored PPT, so you will get Br minus, bromide ion. If you get good yellow colored PPT, so it will be iodide ion. Then you have to perform test for S2 minus ion with sodium nitroprusside. You have to perform test for phosphate with ammonium molybdate. Okay, test for oxalate ion, C2O4 2 minus ion with calcium chloride. Okay, what else? Test for acetate. Okay, all these tests, nitrate, NO3 minus, NO2 minus, all these tests you have to perform one by one. Okay, now since and for this sample, for this particular sample, ammonium sulfate, if the given sample unknown salt is ammonium sulfate, obviously all of these are not present, so you will not get any change. Okay, whatever change you are supposed to observe, you will not get any change for Cl minus, Br minus, S2 minus, acetate. So these are all absent. So you will just go on writing absent, 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 absent. When you finally perform the test for sulfate SO4 2 minus ion, obviously this sample contains SO4 2 minus ion. So I am showing you this test only and not all of them. So for the test with sulfate, what we need to do is we need to first make a solution of barium chloride. One second. Yes. So we will make a solution of barium chloride. So again, take a clean test tube, add barium chloride to it. Make an aqueous solution. And then add it into the sample solution. So you will get this kind of a white PPT. This kind of a white PPT you will get. Then you will divide it into two parts. Okay. To the first part, you will add hydrochloric acid. Okay. See, there is no change on addition of hydrochloric acid. So the PPT remains undissolved. Okay. Now to the next part, you will add nitric acid. But before that, wash your dropper. So you will add nitric acid. The second part. See, on addition of nitric acid also, there is no change in the PPT. It remains undissolved only. Okay. So we confirm that SO4 2 minus sulfate ion is present in the given sample to us. Okay. So therefore, we will give a conclusion that the given sample contains the acid radical SO4 2 minus. So this is how we have detected the cation as well as we have detected the anion. So finally you will give a conclusion that the salt, the given salt contains basic radical ammonium 4 plus, NH4 plus ion, and the acidic radical SO4 2 minus ion. Therefore the probable salt is NH4 whole twice SO4. Okay, so this is how you will perform and inorganic salt analysis. So today we have seen the test for ammonium sulfate. Next day we'll see for lead acetate. Okay, thank you.